doing? Oh shit. My mic got caught on something. Hold on 1 second. Okay. You see the title of the video? We're starting the dawntrail side quest. Which I'm excited for. I never did the side quest of expansion that's still ongoing. I imagine they'll release more as they patch it, so I get to go along with that too. But without further ado, oh, that's way ahead of where I'm at, but I'll just hold the treasure coffer until I need it. Yeah, I have the inventory space for it. You are one of Val Woklamont's entourage, yes? How fortuitous. I happen to have a small request of you. I understand that in Eorzea, you have an organization called the Adventurers Guild. For some time now, the Wing of Reflection has been deliberating on whether to introduce a similar organization here. The issue is all the more pressing in light of recent events. If the city were to come under attack again, the Lance Guard alone may be unable to cope. But before we proceed, we wish to canvass the people of Toliolial. I hear that guilds are often based in locales where residents gather, taverns and eateries and such. I believe Yexblavte is close approximation. I would ask that you visit Yexblavte to discuss the matter of Brook Evru and seek his permission to conduct a survey among the patrons. Oh, excuse me. And you say this adventurer guild we look to assemble here at Xte? Well, we have been getting more foreign patrons of late, and they do seem to struggle when it comes to finding guilds and swords for hire. I suppose this place would be ideal for putting travelers in touch with mercenaries and what have you. Still, you might have a hard time convincing the patrons that they benefit from this guild you speak of. Anyway, feel free to mingle. Just don't make it sound like the place Alice have already committed to the idea, okay? What need do we have for an organization like that? Val Lamont has our interests close at heart. Why, she's often in here listening to our troubles. Besides, Brooke everywhere already works hard to make Axlepte a welcoming place for all, foreign visitors included. I'd be more than happy dealing with adventurers if they were all like you. But if the place was suddenly flooded with boars, sellswords, that's another thing entirely. I'm not looking to tar you all with the same brush, but you know how some of their ilk behave. Gazing out at the beach, slipping on glass or something sweet and refreshing, that's what exploité is all about. May it never change. So adventurers would set up shop here at exploité. Well, if it means us regular folk can find people willing to solve our problems, I'd be all for it. Zorolja never seemed to care much about our plight. You could bleed all you like, but the Lance Guard would rarely get involved. Then again, we've already got the Wing of Protection and Wing of Reflection. We'd likely be better served getting the institutions we do have to play their part before we try anything else. You spoke with the patrons, yes? Thank you. What you did for the repeal of totally all I'll have to say about the notion of an adventurer's guild. I see. You say some patrons would welcome the influx of people willing to aid them, but others are wary of welcoming unsavory characters to Axwell-Tay. A rather more lukewarm response than I had hoped for. It seems that, first and foremost, there is room for improvement with our current institutions. Besides, the patrons sound rather attached to Axwell-Tay they know and love. I have no doubt that an adventurer's guild would flourish here in Terrell, if only the concepts were more familiar. Nevertheless, I fear that time is not yet ripe for such discussions. Introducing the guild without the necessary groundwork would likely prove counterproductive. For the time being, my colleagues and I will continue our deliberations. Thank you for your assistance, adventurer. Curious. Probably. There we go. Hey, you're not busy, are you? Earlier we got word that a shipment of parts has come in, so I sent my trainee to fetch him, but he's still not back yet. Could I trouble you to pay a visit to the junkmonger in Bayside Bevy and ask if a young Estaro has been by? I'm in the middle of something here. The trainee mechanic from the Dirging landing? No, I'm afraid I haven't seen him today. Might be as he took the science route, as he often wont to do. Seeing as you're looking for him, you may as well take the delivery along with you. Knowing Hu Vu Jia, he won't be satisfied until both are brought to him. As for where his young charge might be, I often see him on a pier at Tide Harbor, gazing out at the sea. Like as not, you'll find him there now. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was lost in thought, or how can I help you? My mentor sent you to find me, and you brought the parts we ordered. You've well and truly caught me slacking. Not to judge at a glance, but you're not from around here, are you? Would you happen to know anything about dirigibles? Far from it. I figured. When it comes to sky travel across the salt, I've read that airships are more common by far. I've only just started my apprenticeship, but my dream is to one day cross the sea in a balloon of my own making. Naturally, my first destination will be old Charlie, and where the great Koana learned so much of what he knows. Ah, what a journey it would be. Ah, there I go again. The moment my thoughts turn to daydreams, I find myself here at the harbor. But that's enough time wasted. I better take these parts back to the dirigible landing. I'll do the sightseeing log after I do the side quests. You're back. My trainee got here just ahead of you. Now what's this I hear about the two of you having a heart-to-heart at the harbor? He wants to cross the sea in his own craft, eh? Good for him, I say. A boy his age ought to dream big. The technology the second promises brought home to Tokyo has sparked new ideas among the youth like nothing I've ever seen. Mark my words, they'll do great things for this country one day. Me, I've got my claws full keeping these dirigibles up and running. But the next generation has my support. Nothing would make me prouder than to watch them soar to even greater heights. Ah, great. Now you got me waxing all sentimental. Something in the fumes, perhaps. Take your reward and run along before I embarrass myself, would you? Kya. Kya. Okay. Ah, one of Lamont's companions. Say, could I trouble you to go fetch someone for me? It's time for a patrol and my partner is nowhere to be seen. I'd handle it myself, but I could miss his arrival were I to leave my post. Knowing him, he's lost in conversation somewhere in bright bloom posts. Just look for Bunwana with the big eyes and the dark blue scales. When you find him, tell him his partner is waiting for him. Patrol? Friend, I don't know who you mistaken me for, but I just finished my shift. Do I look like some moon-eyed Bunwa to you? Clearly I'm a dope bro. No, I don't believe I have any work scheduled today. Mayhap you mixed me up with someone else. Oh no, I am not. I am a Hobeko. Bunwa don't have long combs like ours. You see, they're most commonly identified by the hue of their scales. Where are you? Oh. Let's see, blue scales? Patrol partner. Yes, I'm the one you're looking for. I don't know why he's always so needlessly punctual, but there are in fact still a few minutes before our shift. Then again, patience has never been a strong suit. In any case, thank you for letting me know. I suppose I'll head over early just to be nice. Welcome back. My partner here let me know you sent him. Didn't I see you talking to another mole job before you found me? I suppose we all look alike to you people from across the salt. But appearances aren't everything, of course. With our superior arcane ability, we of the Boonwa tribe are typically employed as mages or palaceers. As for the Hobigo, they are more likely to excel in feats of athleticism. The Dopro, meanwhile, are renowned for their skill at beast handling. You can see one tending to Rive right over there. Speaking of which, perhaps I should tell you about. Aye, that's enough. Sorry about him. My friend here could never remember when to hold his tongue. Thanks again for your help. We've wasted enough time here. Onwards to our patrol. Yeah, I'm not doing that. There's always one quest in, like, the main city that doesn't have quest markers and whatnot. I will do a recording of all of them, but not now. Let's see. Huh. Not sure if I've been here. Well met, traveler. Couldn't help but notice you're staring at my crops there. Dabble in a bit of sowing and growing yourself? How about running a quick errand for me? By way of thanks, I'll share some of the know-how we local farmers have cultivated over the years. Right, it all starts with compost, and that's where you come in. I need your help getting a hold of the makings that go into the mulch, and you can't go wrong with alpaca manure. No need to look so worried. I'll get it done delivered from the alpaca stables later. What I want you to do is go around and collect vegetable scraps for me. I've got an arrangement with some of the eateries here in Torreal. You see, I need to pay a visit to Yesvate and Auntie's Tacos. Think you can do that for me? Actually, can I drop down? Oh no, there's a big old fence. Okay. Tibia, Tipia's after his vegetable scraps, is he? Say no more. To make a decent taco, you can't cut corners when it comes to meat and spices, but vegetables are just as vital. Mine are packed full of the best produce you can get, and all of it is grown by Tapia himself. We business owners have to look out for one another after all. Did Tapia send you? I made sure to set aside all the scraps and peelings you need. They're yours for the taking. Of course, there's plenty of traders selling vegetables at Bayside Bevy, but being able to source our produce straight from the seafoam fields is a real boon for us. Doesn't come much fresher than that, I tell you. Oh, back with my scraps, are you? Much obliged. Now with a little heat and time, these odds and ends will make a fine compost. But that's not all they're good for. Spread them straight onto the soil and they make for a decent fertilizer in a pinch. That's what folks used to do in the olden days anyhow. But then the head of reason and his companions got to putting their knowledge of plants and whatnot to use, sowing the seeds of the composting techniques we use today. I named this farm Seafoam Fields for a good reason. That salty ocean air brings with it plenty of minerals which help the plants thrive. All it takes beyond that is a bit of compost to bring out the best in the soil. With all these scraps, I should be set for a good while. Appreciate the help, traveler. For what it's worth, I hope you learned a thing or two from all my prattling on. Excuse me. Hey lady, will you help me? Earlier today I got a pretty painting of the city from a Shentona painter, and I showed it to my mom and she really liked it. Then she sent me to deliver this fruit as a thank you gift. But now the painter isn't there anymore, and I don't know what to do. Could you help me look around? Yay! Okay, so the painter was going to make one more picture like this. Which means wherever we can see this view, that's where we'll find them. Let's go find that painter. The picture shows the rooftops and harbor from above, so it must have been taken from somewhere up high. Greetings, traveler. Oh, I see you brought the little mammal jaw from earlier. I was looking all over for you. My mom said to give you this as our thanks for the pretty painting. You came all this way just to thank me with a snack? You're far too kind, little one. 'Twas little more than a doodle. I was rewarded enough by the smile on your face. I take it you're a chaperone then? Thank you for looking out for her. This town has a special place in my heart. We Shentona are a long-lived people, and I have had the good fortune of watching the community sprout up from nothing. I used to think this country would never amount to much, of seeing all these vibrant cultures thriving alongside one another in harmony. I wish to immortalize its beauty with the talent yet remains to me. You must really love Toriolo, huh? Well, don't worry. Me and my mom are going to love your painting forever and ever and ever. Ha! It is an honor, little one. Now then, seeing as I've finished my current painting, I think it's time I found a new vista to admire. I hope to see you around, friends. I never really thought about how pretty our town is. I feel like I learned something today. Thanks again for helping me find the painter lady. I'm gonna take good care of this picture. That I will. But before I go, this is for you. Yo, isn't it? I've heard all about your affinity with the alpacas. My cousin works on the ranch at Wanchapolo. He was practicing gushing. As it so happens, I have need of your talents. Some of the herd escaped during the attack on the city the other day. I managed to round most of them up, but we're still too short. They haven't been seen leaving via the gates, so I think it's safe to assume they're hiding somewhere within the city walls. So how about it? Can I ask you to round up those last two stragglers? Thank you. Oh, I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but despite being trained as mounts, alpacas are easily rattled. If you come across one of our stragglers, make sure to soothe them first. Got that? No sudden movements. The suitably soothed animal makes his way nonchalantly back to the alpaca stables. Thank you. The two stragglers arrived safe and sound a little while ago. A masterful display of alpaca husbandry. No wonder you were asked to play a part in the rite of succession. These alpacas are direct descendants of the mouse breed Pelo Pelo, presented as a sign of friendship when Toliolo was founded. I'm sure you've heard the tale of Bulu Jaja catching a golden alpaca. Well, the creature we gifted was sired by the shiny beast itself. To say they had quite the pedigree would be a gross under evaluation, and you can be sure that their legacy survives today. These beasts are fleet of foot and strong of limb, just like their ancestors. If you ever have need of a mount, you could do far worse than a Toliolo alpaca. Right, I should tend to the two that you so kindly brought back. I appreciate all the help. Breathtaking, isn't it? Wager you'd be hard-pressed to find a more majestic drum anywhere. Alas, exposed as it is to the elements, it requires a lot of upkeep, which is where we of the fife and drum corps come in. Speaking of which, what's taking him so long? Say, you strike me as the dependable sort. Might I trouble you to find our new recruit? He was tasked with handling today's inspection. Given how long it's taken him, it's possible he ran into trouble. But I'm supposed to be supervising things here. Check behind the tower and you should find him. Can I help you? Wait, the drum major sent you? Gods be good, I've wasted too much time. I've already finished checking the drum in the tower, mind you, but I just had to go and drop my tools, and now I can't find them. Will you help me look? I could really use a second pair of eyes right now. This guy. Any luck? Oh, I'm so glad you found them. You're a lifesaver. Truly. If I dared to report back without them, the Major would have grilled me to a fine char. With that settled, I really must return to my other duties. I'd be most grateful if you could inform the Major on my behalf. There you are. I'm told you helped our recruit and find the inspection kit after we dropped it. Your generosity means more to our community than you might realize. This drum is essential for the protection and well-being of our people. It not only marks the time of day, but also honors the Lance Guard returning home from duty. And in times of crisis, it can be used to warn the populace of danger. That is why we must keep it in pristine condition at all times. But of course, our most common duty as the fife and drum corps is to perform as a musical ensemble. It takes tremendous upper arm strength to beat a drum of this scale. And as Major, my job is to pound our greenest recruits into shape. Perhaps I've been slacking. Before I forget, take this. You've earned it. Okay. Oh, I'm in a pickle. Can't exactly deliver the order if I'm lost, now can I? Curse these twisting streets. You there, with your decidedly unflappable composure. You know a way around these streets, yes? Could you pay a visit to my customers and let them know I brought their orders? Brilliant. Now you'll be looking for 2 different houses in the resplendent quarter. The first has deep blue and yellow walls with feathered decorations that hang from the eaves. The man who lives there is very eloquent, Anu Anu. The second is home to a rather precarious moblin. You're looking for sky blue walls with a yellow roof, a storehouse, and decorative faces out front. Ah, special order of mulled flour is here at last. Now I have all the ingredients to crafty baked loaves of wrought bread. Haven't heard of mulled flour? Mixy blend of wheat and mycotoxins with a sweet stink smell. In Earthenshire, all breads and cookies are crafty baked with it. Essential elements of traditional Mavi cuisine. Since stinky shopkeepers have totally all refused to stock it, my only option was to bulk buy with a Pelgu God's bearer. Now to go and bring back my package. Many thanks to kind Lowlander. Dear me, you mean to say my package has arrived? I had some dried weeds imported from Okanu, you see. Ordered them as soon as I heard the crops had recovered. Though I may live in Tokyo now, I always kept my homestead land close to heart. To a Hanu like myself, there is no greater comfort than the smell of reeds when I walk through the door. Speaking of which, I had better go fetch them, hadn't I? There are a few areas that could do with a bit of touching up. That's adorable. Alright. I see you managed to find them. Thanks to you, the packages have safely reached my customers' hands, or claws. In the meantime, I've been browsing Bayside Bevy. The shops here have all the most common daily necessities, along with a variety of goods from other far-flung corners of Tyrol. But Tyrol is a melting pot of cultures with their own unique needs, and sometimes the limited selection here doesn't cut it. That's where we come in. As peddlers, we travel to those distant locales, buy their most sought-after goods, and deliver them to the residents here, for a price, mind. Speaking of travel, did you come here from Eorzea by chance? I've yet to venture out there for import goods, but one of these days I might just have to make the trip. Oh, before I forget it, your fee. One, two, three, four. Yeah, there's 4 quests left. Where am I? It's got to be here somewhere. Look, Zebelja, I know you're waiting on a letter from your son, but I'm asking that you cut me a little slack. True enough, we picked up a letter from your son back in Eorzea, but with all the ear in the city, our cargo ended up all over the place. Until we take stock of things, there's no telling where it might be. Oh, I see. Well, please do come and find me if that letter turns up. I live in the Resplendent Quarter. Am I right in thinking you're an adventurer from Eorzea? Apologies about all that just now. I tell you, never thought I'd end up running into so much trouble right after dropping anchor. Say, reckon you could help me fetching in the last few supply crates that got waylaid in all the trouble? I tell you, I'd rather sail straight into an howling gale than see a mother fretting over her son like that. If you help gather the crates, I can go get to searching for that letter. Old Charlian. Huh. Looks like all meat crates are present and accounted for. Much obliged. Right, I've got myself a letter to find. Zelby Ja, was it? I'll never find this bleeding letter. Oh, hold on, what's this here? Never thought I'd find the damn thing so quick. She said she lived in the resplendent quarter, didn't she? I hate to ask, but wait, do you mind taking this letter to Zelby Ja for me? Oh, you're that woman from earlier, yes? You found it. This came all the way from my son, Latul Ja in Eorzea. Latul Ja? My son became acquainted with an Orzian maid who was visiting Tyrol. They ended up traveling back to Eorzea together. Apparently, they wanted to promote the blue magic techniques they learned from the whale Quay or some such. Latu Ja's always been very good about keeping in touch, but with everything that's happened of late, I couldn't help but assume the worst. You can't imagine what a relief it was laying eyes on that letter just now. I do hope he's eating well, though. I wonder if they have cornbread in Eorzea. It's always been his favorite. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like a moment alone to read my son's letter. Please give my thanks to the deckhand. Good thing it's at the end of the video, eh? You get that letter over to Zelby Ja, did ye? Like I said, you wait to see someone worrying for their loved ones. Glad we could put your mind at ease. Most men will job that Ed for Eorzea end up as mercenaries. I imagine there's a fair few who set sail and never get word back. It seems like old Zelbil Ja's son was a decent lad, though. I tell you, all this has got me pining for my family. Left him back in Limsa, you see. Not that there's time for dilly-dallying, not when there's work wants doing. Thanks for your help, adventurer. expect this door to open at all. That is a good hiding spot. Okay, that's an hour. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.